Okay then, creating TileMaps. So last tutorial I got you to download the Sprite Sheet, uh, but I've updated the Sprite Sheet with basically more transparent textures. So it's got transparent textures in this one, which will make what we're doing now a lot easier. So for creating a tile set, what we're going to need to do first is create a new scene. And in that scene, we're going to create a node 2D. And then from there on out, we just add sprites. So first up, we want to set this to be our tile set, and then we want to set it to have reframes and height frames. So 56 by 52. 52. And then we want to go to edit, use snap, and just increment it until you have, oh, what am I doing? Increment it until you have your first sprite. Which for some reason isn't happening. Okay, so this is our first sprite. And then we just duplicate this, move it over, move it up, and you keep doing that. Simple as that. It becomes slightly more difficult when we come across objects that we need to collide with, but it basically just involves adding a collision box to it. So let's do that. Okay then, so as you can see, I've added a lot of these sprites. I'm going to leave it there, but I want you to take a look at this. So, ignore my naming convention over here. I got lazy, okay? I can fix that later. So as you can see, the objects that we need to collide with have gotten a static 2D body, a static body 2D, and a collision shape in them. But their top half does not have that. This is because we want the player to be able to walk on this tile, but not on this tile. I'll show you what I mean now. So once you've done all this, once you've added your sprites and then added the static body 2Ds to these sprites, you want to save your scene, you want to go to convert to tile set, and then you want to save this tile set. Oh, let's save it as an XML. Then you want to go to here and add a tile map. We want to add 2 tile maps. This will be tile front and tile back. Then we want the tile back to be behind the player. Then we're just going to go to sprites and oh, did I put in scripts accidentally? Apparently I did. Just add the tile set to there and do the exact same for tile front. So then, what we want to do is first off, so in tile front, first we need to change the size from 64 by 64 to 16 by 16. And there we go. Oh, oops. So yeah, then we just want to add on tile front, say the top half of our sprite with a collision, and on tile back we add the bottom half. Yep. And then on the back half we add the bottom half of the sprite. Set this tile set to 16 by 16 as well. Otherwise you can have some problems. Okay. Now then, why did we separate the tile sheet into tile back and tile front? This is because we want the player to be able to walk behind this sprite but in front of this sprite. See what I mean now? So we can walk in front of that sprite, but we can't walk into it because of the collision box. We go up and we walk behind the sprite. Apparently I've gotten the sprite sheet slightly off on the player because we should be able to see the feet. So let's just go and, yeah, as you can see, the player's slightly below the box. Just move that to there. And there we go. So the player can walk behind and in front of this post. It's quite cool. Gives a sense of depth. And is quite necessary. We can do this with buildings as well, to just have the top half of the building be in a different sprite and not be collidable, whereas the bottom half is collidable. Simple, yet time consuming. I think there are plugins for this, but we've just done this by hand. It's better to learn to actually make tile sets first before just having a plugin do it for you. And that's it. Tomorrow we're going to be doing interacting with objects. So look forward to that.